Hello, everyone. So, when we talk about being a data analyst today, what do we really mean? It's about much more than just looking at numbers and making charts. It's actually a whole new way of thinking. Let's explore what that means together.
I think this quote really gets to the heart of it. See, data by itself, it's just a lot of noise. The real skill of an analyst is to be a kind of translator, to take all that chaos and teach it so it can tell a clear and powerful story. So first, let's look at how an analyst actually creates this clarity from all the noise. And along the way, we are going to bust a very common myth about what skills you actually need to do this job well. A lot of people believe you have to be some kind of math genius to be a data analyst, but that's not the whole story. At its core, a data analyst is simply a problem solver. They take messy, complicated situations, like, let's say, a confusing sales report, and they make it simple so that others can make clear and confident decisions. Here's a nice way to think about it. Imagine the world of data is like a very noisy classroom. Everyone is shouting at once, and it's just chaos. The analyst is like that calm teacher who listens to everything, understands what is going on, and then writes only the most important points on the board. And suddenly, there's focus. Everyone understands. So how do you become this person who brings so much clarity? Well, you need the right tools. So let's now look at the analyst's core toolkit, the 5 essential skills that every analyst uses to solve these data mysteries. Okay, so here are the 5 skills, and you'll see they actually work together in order. Everything starts with asking the right questions, and it ends with sharing your answer in a way that truly connects with people. Let's break down each one. The first step always is curiosity. Before you even touch the data, you have to ask why. Why are sales going down? Or why are customers complaining about this particular thing? Asking why is like using a flashlight in a dark room. It shows you the real problem that you need to solve. Right, so once you have your question, you need logic. You have to think like a detective. You cannot just jump to a conclusion. No, you have to follow the clues you find in the data, look for patterns, and then confirm every single idea with solid evidence. It must be a careful, step-by-step process. Next up is accuracy, and this one is so important. In data analysis, trust is everything. Just one small mistake in a formula can create a completely wrong result, a fake truth. Your work has to be double-checked because real business decisions that affect real people will be based on what you find. This quote, it perfectly explains our 4th skill, clarity. See, it's not enough to just find the correct answer. You must be able to explain it simply. Your final goal is to turn all that complex data into a simple story that anyone, really anyone, can understand and then take action. Mastering these skills is the key for sure. And in today's world, we have a very powerful new tool that can help us, generative AI. But please don't think of it as a replacement for you. It's better to think of it as your smart co-pilot. So let me explain how this partnership works. You are still the main pilot, okay? It is your brain that asks the core why question. But AI can help you brainstorm different ways to ask that question. You're the one who applies critical logic, but AI can suggest other things to check. Maybe it points out a pattern you missed. And while you are always responsible for the final accuracy, AI can help you summarize your findings in just a few seconds. So really, AI is just a tool. It's a tool that helps you work faster and with more confidence. It can handle all the boring, repetitive tasks, which frees up your brain to focus on what really matters, the big picture thinking and solving that original mystery. Okay, so let's imagine you've used your curiosity, your logic, your accuracy, and your clarity. You might have even used AI to help you along the way, and you found the answer. So, is your work done? Well, not quite. There is one final, very crucial step. And this brings us to our final section, and to the analyst's real superpower. This is the one skill that gives all of your hard work its impact in the real world. And that skill is communication. Just think about it for a moment. You can have the most brilliant finding in the world, but if you cannot communicate it properly to the decision makers, if you cannot make them believe in your answer, then what is the value of your work? This is where everything comes together. So let's just put it all together now. Your analyst compass begins with your core toolkit, the curiosity to ask why, the logic to solve the problem, the accuracy to build trust, and the clarity to make it all simple. And then you have your superpower, communication, which is what turns your insights into real action. So we'll end with this question for you to think about. You now have the analyst's compass. You have the tools and you have the mindset. So, what important story will you find hidden in all that noise? What truth will you teach the data